I want to start this video by saying I'm going to be more liberal posting videos now. They're going to start containing spoilers. I'm going to try and be as less spoilery as I can in regards to thumbnails and titles. But, you know, in terms of the actual video content, I will be discussing the heavy spoilers. I think, you know, enough time has gone by. And I'm going to test the water with this video. And if this video proves to be a good one with no backlash, then more will be on the way. But in this video, I wanted to delve into what I feel is the most heartbreaking scene in the whole show. And we've had some really bad, like, sad moments, you know. We've had Miguel when he landed on the balcony, when Tommy died. But I feel like there's nothing worse than one of your own turning against you. And the beautiful thing about this season is you get the feeling of isolation. Robbie has felt alone before, but, you know, he's always had his mother, or, you know, he's had Daniel, or he's had Johnny, like, appearing now and then across the last 2 seasons. But while he's been inside, he felt like second fiddle. He felt like Daniel betrayed him. He felt like his own mum betrayed him. He felt like Sam betrayed him. Every single person that he gives a shit about, or he thought gave a shit about him, just completely abandons him. And in his mind, I bring it back to that scene in episode 2 when Daniel gets the police to arrest Robbie by pretending to turn himself in, and Robbie's like, no, I can't do this. You kept me talking just so, you know, I'd be distracted, pretty much. It's that kind of stuff where I feel like Robbie, deep down at his core, is terrified. He's terrified throughout all of this season, and his arc, the way it's so beautifully done, is in Season 2, he's actually he's front runner, like he's a lead character. And in Season 3, he's still a lead character, but his story arc happens in the background. You don't see a lot of him, because his scenes need to be played in the background for it all to come together and culminate in this scene that I'm about to talk about. When Johnny just bursts through the doors of Cobra Kai and sees Robbie training with Kreese, when he says, "Robbie," that tells you all you need to know, that he's disappointed that his own son is now with Kreese, and he knows the road that Robbie is about to take. And what Kreese has done, and it's one of my favourite things about Kreese as a villain, is in Season 2, he says to Johnny, "You should be training that boy. Why is he over with LaRusso? He should be in Cobra Kai." And for me, the seed was planted there for Robbie to join them. Now, I was initially one of the people who thought that Robbie was going to have the redemption arc and Hawk was going to get worse. It actually switches. Hawk redeems and Robbie is going to get considerably worse. And the scene when him and Johnny are about to duke it out, so Kreese and Johnny are fighting and Robbie pulls him aside. Was I the only one who had Revenge of the Sith vibes? Like, I had some serious Anakin vibes right there. Now picture this, Kreese is Sidious. And Johnny was, at that moment, he was Mace Windu, about to, you know, strike him down and finish him. Anakin, Robbie, gets in the way, pulls him off, and then it turns into an Anakin and Obi-Wan type of fight where Robbie's fighting his blood, and Johnny is trying his best to not fight back. And Robbie even lands a punch on him, and then Johnny eventually has enough and slams him into the lockers. But I've got to give major props and credit to Tanner Buchanan, because that dude acted his socks off in that scene. You really feel like the conviction in the attacks. With every swing, he's just getting more and more and more rage filled, like with each swing. And then I did kind of find it funny how he sweeps the floor and Johnny doesn't even move. He just lifts his leg up, you know, clearly determining the power levels between the both of them. But the young ones are approaching the young adult age now, and eventually you could start having the young adults go up against the senseis. I don't know how I'd feel about it in the long run, but eventually they could go that route. But yeah, just seeing Robbie and Johnny going at it, and Robbie just unleashing all of this anger within him, this hatred, because Miyagi-Do teaches him to find the better way and find the balance. And with all of the seeds that have been planted throughout Season 3, he feels more alone than ever. And I know Johnny and Daniel both reached out to him when he was leaving Juvie, but Johnny went and favoured Miguel. Not, like, on purpose, like, Johnny's still the man, but he went and favoured Miguel. Like, I'm speaking just from Robby's perspective here. Johnny went and favoured Miguel over Robby. He put Robby on the back burner. Daniel never visited Robby like he said he would. And then, you know, his own mum even pretty much sold him out by calling in Daniel. And now, I don't know if it was planned that Robby wanted to talk to Daniel, or if the mum just sold him out. I need to go back and watch the episode. If you know, comment down below. But just seeing Johnny and Robby go at it like that, seeing Robby embrace his inner darkness within him was probably the most heartbreaking scene of this entire show. The saddest scene of the show is Tommy's death. That scene was just absolutely gut-wrenching. And I think the most shocking moment was Miguel on the staircase. But I think this one, again, like I know I said Robby may have the best arc this season, but I feel like Robby's arc, now having seen Season 3, if you were to ask me who would the best arc be, I'd probably say Sam. But if the best arc overall across the whole show, that's going to be Robby. I feel like Robby's going to be one of them characters where across the show, and then when the show ends one day, if it does, we're going to go, you know what, it all came together. Robby was he definitely had the best arc over all the seasons. And, you know I said I didn't want him to die and all that, but someone made a great comment, and I have to mention it, is that for the show to have a happy ending, Robby can't die. But for the show to be realistic, I don't expect him to be buddy-buddy with Miguel and Sam. Instead, what I'd prefer for him is maybe still be taught by Johnny and Daniel, but maybe not necessarily mingle with Miguel and Sam, if you know what I mean. Like, stay away from them kind of thing, and follow his own course and follow his own journey. I feel like that would be a great sort of stepping stone for him. Because, it's just the way, and the score, I need to find out the composer who composes the scores, because these scores are absolutely insane. When the score builds to that crescendo of Robby and Johnny just duking it out and going at it, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch. You've seen this kid that has barely had a parental figure in his life have all of that, and then have it all stripped away because of one mistake, and then eventually just get to a point where he's quite literally at a breaking point. And Kreese gets him to channel all that hate that he was converting to good, and can just basically exuding it in a very negative way. And in Robby's mind, and I tie it back to that scene when Robby says, look, you tried to help me to change and I can't change. He believes it now. Robby believes that he can't change. So instead of pretending he's something he's not, like Tori said to him, pretending he's something he's not, like a Miyagi-Do kind of person, embrace the inner Cobra. Embrace the inner Cobra. Let your emotions do the talking. And, Robby and Tori are probably going to get together next season. And they're just going to be an absolute recipe for disaster. Especially the two of them. I mean, just the two of them together is just anarchy. But I just, I know I've seen people saying Robby's ungrateful. But again, guys, I've said it about this show before. This show is about perspective. And while we want Johnny and Miguel to have such a great bond and Johnny to get Miguel back to full strength, you have to remember that Robby is his son. And if it was me, if I was Robby, and then I felt like I was playing second fiddle to someone who wasn't even related to me, and that person who's not even related to me, that my father clearly cares more for, is dating the girl that I want to be with, and all those different factors, and have the bond with Johnny that I would like to have with my dad, then I would be like that too. I think we can all safely agree that, we'd all be in that kind of position. And I feel like his arc, there can still be a redemption for him, but it all depends on what he does next season. He's definitely going to have the Mike Barnes kind of vibe mixed in with like a sort of Anakin, I honest to God thought Johnny was going to say, you were the chosen one, Robby. I honest to God thought that was going to happen. It felt like a scene right out of that movie. Even the music sounded similar. But, it's clear that Robby's now gone to the dark side. But if his story is anything like Anakin's, he will come home in the end. And I remind you guys of Season 2, when Amanda says to Robby, hey, we all make mistakes. It's what we do next that counts, right? So the seeds have been planted in Season 1 and 2 for Robby to use those teachings in a moment. There's going to come a moment when it's desperate, people need help, and Robby is going to remember it. And it's not like he ever forgot. but he's going to realize, what am I doing? What is this? And I feel like it will come at the hands of Kreese. When he realizes how Kreese really is, and if Kreese is now bringing in Silver, you know, it could potentially bring in Mike Barnes, but if we're just going with Silver, Silver and Kreese are going to set Robbie on a path that is far worse than he was initially on with just Kreese on his own. And it's such a shame that even though the dojos are united, Miyagi-Do and Johnny's Cobra Kai have come together, it feels like the one person that should have been there was Robbie. That's why I said it was a very bittersweet ending, because, you know, it's like the just Avengers Assemble. You just get both dojos coming together. But Robbie shouldn't be with Kreese. He should be with, you know, he was a Miyagi-Do. He should be with them. And I feel like eventually they could go down that route. But for maybe a season or two, we're going to just see evil Robbie. And we're gonna see him get all of that inner anger out that he has had for God knows how long. And, you know, people channel it in different ways, especially in the real world. So seeing how Robbie gets it out of him this season, season 4, is going to be, you know, it's going to be very interesting. And I've seen people that have said he might recruit that guy he was with in Juvie, and I'd buy that. I would buy that. I think that Cobra Kai needs a bit more oomph, just because Miyagi-Do right now for me has the edge. But if they bring in that guy, then, you know, Robbie, Kyler, Sean, and Tori, that could be a pretty lethal team. You know, I know Kyler will get his ass whooped by Miguel in seconds at full strength. But, you know, lest we not forget, Kyler can actually fight now. You know, he's pretty decent. And do I put him on the same level as Miguel and Robbie? Hell no. But he's definitely good as a utility kind of backup, if you know what I mean. He's good as backup muscle. So that would definitely be interesting going next season, unless Silver has a kid that he can maybe bring into the dojo. But yeah, just this scene was absolutely gut-wrenching, and Tanner Buchanan absolutely nailed it. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, dude, but if you see this video, that was absolutely perfection. It was just complete display of emotions, like, I believed it. I believed that he was purely pissed off. That was rage, inner anger, and the problem with Robbie using... I'll say this, because he's been using Miyagi-Do's teachings get all of the anger that's within you and find your balance. But the problem is, Robbie isn't like Sam or Miguel, where he has the people around him to keep that balance in check. Robbie has people, you know, he has no one to keep that in check, and now he literally has no one. So with Robbie, all the teachings from Miyagi-Do were doing was bottling up his emotions, just in a bottle. And all Season 3 did was shake the bottle and then poof, spray everywhere. And now you're just seeing everything all come out. And I think that's why Johnny didn't fight him, because Johnny understands that Robbie needs to get this out of him in order to actually see the light. And I feel like Kreese, we know Kreese doesn't care about Robbie. He's using him as a pawn in his game. And to him, soldiers are just expendable. He can just replace them. Look how quickly he replaced Mitch. In seconds. And if Hawk didn't beat the crap out of Kyler's best buddy, could have been the same thing there. So I feel like, you know, Robbie will have a great arc across the show. But right now, he's on the dark side. And, you know, you are my son, Robbie. It was said that you would destroy Cobra Kai, not join them. Sorry, I had to throw it in there one more time. But guys and girls, comment down below your thoughts on this this moment, and, you know, of how this show built to this moment across 3 seasons. I got to give it to the writers. This scene was absolutely incredible, and it just felt like it felt right. Like, I didn't like it, and the reason I didn't like it is because I didn't want to see Robbie go. I didn't want to see him switch, but I liked it because it was so well done. So well done. So that's what I have to say on that. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say on this, because to me it's one of the most heartbreaking scenes of the show. There's nothing like seeing your own flesh and blood turn against you, or someone you've took under your wing, go up, turn like 180 and go against you. Now, I know Johnny didn't train Robbie, but he's his dad, you know? And we've seen how Johnny has progressed across the show, and to have his own son actually even land a punch on him and just go absolutely berserk on him. Man, Kreese is going to have fun with him next season. But guys and girls, comment down below, let me know what you thought. And yeah, defeat does not exist on this channel. Does it?